Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. 2024 has been a year, and we have just 3 days into 2025, and I just wanted to come on here to share 5 lessons I have learned in 2024. Let's go. Number one lesson would be balance. There is no such thing. Maybe you are not expecting that, but one thing is to understand that there is no such thing as balance. This is what I believe. Balance in life means to give appropriate time, effort, and energy into the different areas of your life. And we have over 7 areas of life. We have, your spiritual life, we have your career, work life, we have your relationship, love life, your social life, your health life, your academics, physical life. Is it possible to give appropriate time, effort, and energy? Personally, for me, the answer is no, right? And this is important because it helps to relieve every kind of pressure off me. To understand that there are times where you might not give your 100% in everything. There are times where you give a 50 and that's okay. There are times where you give 100 and that's okay. There are times where this one can be an 80. I think the idea of a balanced life is not practical enough. For instance, if you handle a 9 to 5, you're in ministry, you also have a side hustle. There's no way that you can be handling all these 3 aspects in your life and still maybe have enough sleep. They say that you should be sleeping 7 hours in a day. But that's not how you have that and be sleeping 7 hours in a day when you have a 9 to 5, when you're in ministry, and when you have a side hustle. I believe that you have to give something to get something. I like to see life as a series of adjustments. There are times where your work life might take the lead, and then time where you need to rest or sleep would have to take the back seat. There are times where your work would have to rest just so that you can get the necessary care that you need for your own, mental health. So there are times where you have to prioritize what matters at that particular time, and you will not be able to give the same efforts that you give for this to also give for this. Having this idea or having this knowledge just relieves this pressure off me that I don't have to have everything on 100%. One of the challenges I faced this year was not being consistent with my personal page or my personal brand as I used to be. And that was because I was waiting for the perfect time where I would be free, and then I would just focus on my brand. And then just at the end of the day, I noticed that the more time went by, the more responsibilities I had. And so I had to just find a way to make things work regardless. We were at a shortlet at the time. I came back from work. I was really, really exhausted. I said, Jane, we have to shoot 4 videos today. And thankfully, what works for me is anytime I have a content idea, I write them down. I just write them down. So what I did that night was, when I got back from work, I just selected 4 videos I could do on the spot. And if I did not push myself to shoot that video at that particular time, if I did not sacrifice sleep, I wouldn't have shot it. Life is dicey. Let nobody whine you to say that you need to have this here. No. There are times where it doesn't work that way, and that is okay. Number 2, problems, challenges never go away. I'm the kind of person that usually gets overwhelmed when things do not go my way. I'm like, why on earth is this thing happening? Why does it have to happen now, right now? A challenge can happen right now, and I'm thinking of, what did I do wrong? Over how can I solve this? I'm the kind of person that might sulk in that present condition, just wailing and crying without even moving forward. But this year, I got to understand that these things never finish. And as a matter of fact, you might be crying about a challenge or a problem right now. Another one will come. So will you kill yourself then? Sometimes we complain about challenges and forget that they are meant to happen. They are supposed to. Even the Bible has said it. The Bible has said that in this world, God already announced, say, this world will not do so. You will have many, many, many troubles. It was not specific about country, but we're in Nigeria. A lot of things can go wrong. I know waiting dispatcher don't show me. Dispatcher can give you high blood pressure. One time, one of our dispatchers said he had delivered the item when he had not delivered the item. I said, ma, your item has been delivered. The customer said, delivered. I have not received any call. I DM'd the man. I said, sir, you said you have delivered the package. And not like he has delivered it just because he's on his way there. I said, when you say delivered, that means you've handed over the package to the customer. What do you mean by you are on your way there? So why did you not say, and I already paid him? That was one of the things that even made me stop working with him. I got so upset because I had promised this customer, you are going to receive your eyewear today. She was like, okay, no problem, I'm waiting. She had been waiting almost all day, and for me to hear that it wasn't delivered. I just told him, sir, we're no longer working with you. So this is just one of the pressures, one of the challenges that I faced, even handling customers' orders. The truth of the matter is that they are bound to happen because human beings would always make mistakes. Even I myself, I'm not a perfect person. I know I've annoyed people in this life. I have offended people. Offenses would always come. Problems would always come. So this is another thing that relieves pressure off me. When challenges happen, I'm not quick to say, God, waiting they happen like this now. And truthfully, sometimes I might behave like that, but I just call myself to order to say, Jane, this is normal. It's bound to happen. This is life. Problems comes with life, or life comes with problems. Do you understand? Challenges are meant to be embraced. Number 3, intentionality. I plan to go out with my friends this year, and I'm going to mention them. Okay, no. I plan to see 2 people this year. I plan to see Oyinkan. I plan to see TMJ this year. I plan to go out with Chinyere. I plan to go out with Eddie. I plan to go out with Sister Joy and Chinasa. Sister Joy and Chinasa, they're my in-laws. Ask me how many of these ones I went for. None. It is very easy to plan something, but if you're not intentional about making sure it happens, then the plan is a waste. If you even check my WhatsApp chat, you will hear me say, I'm coming, honestly, unfailingly. Okay, on Saturday came, I didn't go. Like that. I can be there for people, but when it comes to this going out everything, because personally for me, I'm not a going out person. As opposed to what people might think about me, going out is not exactly my thing. But if I really want to do this, for my friend, then I should add more intention. Yes, I'm calling myself out. I'm calling myself. TMJ. In fact, when they give birth to their first son, I said I was coming. You people should get ready for me. I'm sure they've been getting ready for me. Till now, they're still getting ready for me. All these people are my witnesses. I am going to take out time to go see these people, to hang out with them. So people will hold me accountable. This can also be applied in other areas of your life. It's possible to write down plans now, but how intentional are you about those plans? I'm telling you, hey, one of the things about planning is that it has to be time bound. Before January 20th, I must have visited 2 of my friends. Now that is more specific, it's more time bound. You're most likely going to do it than you just saying, I want to visit my friends this year. It's not even just time bound. This is specific, and this can be applied in every area. Whether you want to read 2 books, read 5 books this year, set the time that you ought to finish, and then how many books, and also be realistic. There's a name for this thing. Specific, measurable. Somebody remind me. SMART goals. It must be specific, measurable. What's A for? Is it A? Is it accurate? I know R is relevant, and then T is time bound. Planning without intentionality is 0. Number 4. This is actually very important. Money mindset. I like to term this the money mindset. Now, 5 years ago, I remember I used to tell myself that I will never buy a wig of 100,000 naira. 5 to 6 years ago, I used to see people that used to buy wigs or sell wigs for 100,000 naira. Then 100,000 naira used to be a lot of money, right? So I would be like, how can you buy a wig of 100,000 naira, 200,000 naira? That's a waste of money. Some things that we complain about that are too expensive, too this and too that, might just be because we don't have the funds to get it. Me buy a wig of 200,000, me buy a wig of 300,000. It was because I didn't have the money. If you see something of value, you want to spend over, because you know what you're getting, you know the value, you know the worth you're getting, you know that it's worth the money. I know that there are people who charge outrageous prices for something. I'm not talking about that. Do you understand? The truth is, if you have the money to buy it, so the fact that somebody buys this for this amount doesn't mean that the person is wasting money. because you cannot afford it. People buy what they see as perceived value. Another thing that can help with this money mindset is the people around you that you have. If you're surrounded by people that would say, anything where they pass 10,000 naira a week, I know they buy. Come to Yaba, you see 10,000 naira go straight. And I'm not talking about people who spend within their means, no. I'm talking about people who think very little about money. You want to enter Keke from here to Ikeja. Why can't you trek? Me, I will trek, oh. Now you can use it to buy something with your life. There are people like that. They would rather suffer, right, than to spend money to outsource or ease labor or stress off themselves. So people like that, they're most likely to think very small or little about money. So you need to be careful, because that alone can affect you. You need to have people that, when talk about money, they think big. I'm not talking about spending extravagantly, please. They understand the value of money. They can expose your mind to investments, expose your mind to taking care of yourself, getting new things for yourself. Do you understand? Some of you now, you've not gotten things for yourself because you're still manage. Why? That's not even deep, but please let's go to number 5. Number 5 is having God close. Ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, if you ever feel like God is not near, it is because you went far. Simple and short. I believe that this year I could have given God more control and it would have made things less bulky for me. I got caught up in being overwhelmed with a lot of things when I could have easily just handed it over to God. Sometimes we have this mindset of, I don't want to disturb God. And we do this unconsciously sometimes. And this is how we do it. When we have a challenge or a problem, we don't run to God immediately. That's how you know that you have this mindset of, it's not important. You don't want to tell God. That's how you know. If the first person that comes to your mind when you have a challenge is God, that means you see him as someone who can handle anything, no matter how small. He's the person that you have anytime you run into trouble. There were so many things that I could have just handed over to God, but I felt like, is there any point? No way, I can fix it all myself. And it affected me. The Bible says, if he dresses the lilies with beauty and splendor, how much more? A lot of times with this scripture, they ever sink. We can say it, we can sing it. Oh God, you're my all in all. But when all those things come about, we put him behind. Of course, we all know that God is omnipresent, right? We know that is who God is. Knowing something and being conscious about something, they're two different things. Sometimes we know it, we know about it, we know of it, but we're not conscious enough to realize that this is how it is. God is here. God can turn around the situation that I'm going through. And so God, I commit this into your hands. Take control. God has been my guide, and I feel like a lot of things would have been easier for me if I had involved God more. I had to put this one as the last because it is the foundation. Please don't leave God behind. You can involve God in it. So we have come to the end of my 5 lessons learned in 2024. I hope you learned a thing or two from this channel. Oh my goodness, you people, I'm going to talk like this. I hope you learned a thing or two from this channel. Please, if you did, let me know in the comment section. And also share with me what you learned this year, 2024. I will see you guys in my next video. I'm trying to be as consistent on YouTube as possible. This is me pushing myself, right, for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Bye.